Greetings, I'm Lucinda Harmon, aka The Growth Catalyst. And this will be the last particular session for 2024, and then I'll be taking a break into 2025. So you've got a lot of videos to go through. There's a lot of information that have really helped you. The kind of things you need to think about, get yourself ready to, what you need to prepare yourself for come 2025. So this really was for me. You'll see why I'm ending with this particular content piece. And I said to you, I wasn't going to divulge it before today. Today's segment's an all-important part you need as a sales professional. This is critical in medical sales, and it doesn't come in textbooks, and nobody's going to teach it to you. You'll have to learn the field, and it takes a long time to learn this. So this is why I'm going to bring it to you today, and then with a little bit of a call to action. That call to action? A little bit of a teaser at the end. So hang with me. Remember, do like this. Do put a comment, and do share it. Why not? Share it with other sales professionals. Let's raise this incredible profession of ours to a standard we're all proud of, that we all can stand up like we've got an emblem saying elite, distinguished sales professional. That's the kind of why I'm doing this, is I want to instill that in all of you. So today, it's all about gaining access and face time. Gaining access and face time. This is the part that most people battle with. They don't know how to get out there. They don't know how to get there in front of the client. And they don't know between a cold call and between just taking a number and between just doing anything and everything. And most of the times what people fail is leaving business cards, and then they get just thrown into a drawer or thrown into a rubbish bin. So this is why it's so critical to help you and impart this knowledge with you today. So how to gain access to key influencers and secure face time. It is done by building trust, no surprise, providing value, no surprise, and leveraging the right channels. I think I've been going on about those ones. On two of those, I've said it so many times. I've really sat with trust and with value to a huge degree. And this is where it starts coming in. It starts feeding in. And there's an importance for building up those two aspects. So today, this really is going to be, now you get the punch. This is going to be its own workshop. I'm now working on an exciting workshop for 2025 that's going to give you the skills and the knowledge, both in the face-to-face, one-on-one kind of workshopping with me. Well, not face-to-face, it was a face-to-face, yes, live event. And then from there, we're also going to then convert it into a paid option where you can just pay a study and paid up study plan that you can just do it on your own. So you're going to have the option of the two. Now, today we're going to deal with 4 of those aspects. I'm going to be dealing with them. And today, the first one is all about networking and referrals. Very important. You cannot do it alone, and you cannot be a silo in this industry because you're not going to make it. This game is all about who do you know, and who knows the person that can get you to the person that you need to be right in front of. So relationships with your colleagues are critical. I've kept friendships with colleagues of mine that go back to 35 years ago. And there's a reason we do this. Because we never know where you're going to land, and we never know how important that relationship's going to be. And please, this is reciprocal. It's not a selfish way of looking at it. It's meant to work for both people. And it's really important to, at least when you're moving through companies, to keep 1 or 2 people from that company close to yourself. So it's important with colleagues. It's important with your clients, your relationships. I go on about this so many times. If your client just thinks you're there just for a sale, they really are not going to really warm to you. But if they think that you actually care a little bit about them and actually interested in their lives and things that they like, that's really going to help you. And I dealt with that in sales professionalism and in communication as well. That came into it. And the other part is your industry peers. Now, those people that we see as the competitors, the opposition, often, you know what, a tea and a coffee, whatever it might be, every now and then. It's quite good when you meet up with your industry peers, and especially when you start following them on social media and following the companies they work for. It's really important to keep your doors warm and open and friendly so that people are going to talk to you, you're going to find a lot of information, and you're always going to be top of mind. This is really important. I've said this is the same thing before. And you've got to learn to hang in the right places. Be seen at events, whatever that means. It's not going to work for BNI generally in the medical sphere. It's not going to work for us. It depends, where are people hanging? I wanted to go to African Health this year, Africa Health this year, and it happened to be in Cape Town. I'm in Johannesburg, and then I got accepted for Wits School of Governance, and the thing clashed, and that was an opportunity cost moment where I had to give something that was important to me for something else. And this is where you've got to learn what is important to you, and are you hanging out in the right places? Is a company maybe giving free training out there? I've seen quite a few, and I've actually joined quite a few of them, because those doctors, surgeons, those clients, those important people you want to be in front of might be in the room. And if you make comments, or you're asked to ask a question, or you answer something, or you have a viewpoint, people are going to go, wow, who is she or he? Interesting. And that name one day is going to ring a bell the next time they see you. It's very important to be in the networking game. And the other part of that was referral. It's more important to be referred than it's not a cold call. It's a warm lead. It means that somebody has basically given your name, and they've said, why don't you give this person an opportunity? I really think this person has got some value for you. I'd love you to meet this person. So a warm lead is way more important. It's that person giving their blessing, giving their a good word in for you, and that is worth a lot. Because this day and age, we're bombarded by emails and social media and advertising all the time, and so a warm lead is gold. So that's how you're going to get it from your colleagues, from your clients, and your industry peers. Really important. The second part that's important in this is your personalized, tailored message. So your personalized, tailored messaging, actually, when you're sending it out, is that you're making sure that it's personal from you, that people don't feel like you've just made this cold, almost like those call centers that go, hello, this call is recorded. How can I help you today? You want that person to feel a sense of your, remember we did authentic self, authentic selling. They want to see that authenticity come through, and that you understand their needs and that you are providing value. Very important when you're going to tailor a message for that client. Don't do a Christmas message or whatever message you want to do, or a holiday message you want to do ever in life, and make it generic, and then by mistake leave the last person's name and take that person's name out. We don't do that. But we are going to remember to always personalize it. Your style, how you will talk, the way that you would put it, and always make it coming a little bit from your heart, and not so much a line thing, I've got to do this and I don't like doing it, or I'm doing this because all I want to do is make money. No, make it that it's kind of like coming from a good space. And clients do feel that. The third all important part is LinkedIn and social media. I'm using it at the moment. If you go and watch how I do it, I'm doing it pretty effectively. I certainly see that it's working in my favor and to my benefit. And what you do is you make sure the most important thing is consistency. Like anything in life, you can't just rock up one day and expect everyone to love you and to get business out of it. But when you are being consistent and you have a plan and a strategy, and it makes sense, and you're bringing value, and you speaking to the client that you want, all those kind of wonderful things come into your LinkedIn or into your social media, whatever you choose. TikTok might work for you, depending where you are and what market you're in. But I'm going to focus on LinkedIn because this is generally talking to a more medical and a sales professional line. And normally the more mature kind of market at a higher kind of level, not a higher level, but a more corporate level. It's called a corporate level. On the entrepreneur level, you might be using Instagrams and and Facebook and TikTok and other areas. But Generally, this is where it works in the medical and medical sales areas, LinkedIn. So really make sure you focus on your LinkedIn. Are you doing paid adverts? Are you actually making, introducing yourself to people through that? Are you making connections through LinkedIn? Are you following the right people and commenting on their posts and also adding so that you become part of a conversation? That's really important. So find out where you want to be, and wherever you want to be, start doing it very, very well so that you get in the before the people that you want to be in before, without them actually giving you that appointment or that lunch or whatever you need to get to. Now, I've done this very effectively with coaching one or two executives. Exactly this. They first started exactly with this. They went on LinkedIn, they followed that person, they started remarking and making comments. They found out where that person was going to be, and they were at the event, and then followed my cues on what to do in an event in front of the right person. And they got a luncheon before they left, a lunch date with that person before they left. And then they sunk the deal. They sunk a very, very, very important deal because of following exactly this exact training that I'm going to bring to you in 2025. The fourth important part is utilizing your gatekeepers. Utilizing your gatekeepers. They are so important to you. Gatekeepers. Gatekeepers. Did you get that? Gatekeepers. Those are the people that are in the way of you getting to the person that you want to get in front of. If it's a surgeon, if it's a head of pharmacy, if it's an executive in a company that you really want to see, a CEO, whoever it might be, that is their assistant or receptionist, or in a hospital it might be a matron, it might be a scrub sister, it might be a whole lot of possible people. And it might be a manager blocking you from getting up to where you want to be. A manager is sitting, a sales manager, a marketing manager, stopping you from getting to that CEO. They're always these gatekeepers. And the power in these gatekeepers is if you find the key to get through that block and that gatekeeper, and you make friends and you get on the right side of a gatekeeper, you can get anything right, anything you want in your life. And that's where the power lies, is in these gatekeepers. Now, I've got a very interesting story about a gatekeeper in my medical sales time. Somebody started talking to me, and I recognized who this person was, a gatekeeper, and we were at a mobile store. And what happens is we strike up a conversation. Before long, we actually are socially engaging, and that relationship, although I didn't do it intentionally, became so valuable because I got to that surgeon, that doctor, without trying, because I had the gatekeeper made it easy. I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to be in a book and be in the diary and fight and scream and shout and do all sorts of crazy things like people do. Please know your gatekeeper's birthday. It's really important to know the gatekeeper's birthday. And please also know things about them and show interest in their lives, and do pitch up, just chat to them. Don't make your reason to talk to a gatekeeper about, so when are you going to give me an appointment? When are you going to get me in where I want to go? When are you going to do this, that? No. Go back to the whole thing about building trust and adding value to their lives. So if their thing is like anything they need to do, I've done crazy things in my life to help out gatekeepers. Because gatekeepers are that important in your life. And yes, it is ethical if you do it from a good intention and you're doing it out of good deeds and adding value to people's lives, which you should be doing anyway. But it could be a calendar that they need for the practice, or it could be a diary, or it could be whatever it might be. But sometimes people just need you to help them out, and it's about being a good human being, really. So with utilizing your gatekeepers, it's really important to know who they are. So whenever you've got a tricky client, you find a block, a challenge, an obstacle, find out the actual proper process of who's the line of command from where you are to where you are, where that person is to where you are. And now you need to find your way, like through a maze, to this person. And you've got to get through and find out who is the right person. And I've got so many examples of how did I get a surgical glue that was nowhere, there wasn't even a known product, to being on every hospital for 2 provinces. It was the number 1 chosen used product within all those different hospitals, 2 entire provinces. So that just shows you the power of getting this right and then following the line of command, as I call it, the line of command. The first person, the first step, and getting it through your product through until the point that you're in front of the right people. And how do you do it? You've got to be innovative. You've got to be thinking of solutions. You've also got to be accessible, because if someone drops a ball or you get an opportunity, you've got to seize that opportunity and jump at it and really use it to advantage. And so the fact that that is how often we get business. Is somebody else has dropped the ball, or there's not stock, or there's a problem, or someone might have annoyed one of these key decision makers, and boom, there's your opportunity and you're in. And that is the power of getting this right. Gaining access and FaceTime, that is the cherry on the cake, and how you make it certainly happen. And it's something that I was doing for so long, I kind of have forgotten it was an important segment, because I learned it for myself. No one taught it to me ever. I learned it from sales, from being out there in the cold face, selling Bravery Directory adverts and all sorts of things, going through my years. So when I got to being a seasoned senior sales professional, I didn't have to worry about having to go and study things like that. And someone brought it to my attention how critical it was to actually impart this and teach this. So there, I've told you, in 2025, it is in the wings. It needs my time and attention during this quiet time to go and sit and to create that incredible content that has been brought to you in a live event. And if you can't make the live event, you can actually purchase the study content and do it as a self-study. You'll have that opportunity for you to decide in 2025. I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope you are too. This will be the last video in this segment about getting you fit for the sales process, and that's kind of it for the 2024 year. I'm not going to leave all those other greeting messages, because this video will stay for years to come, so we'll leave it at that. What's next up? Well, I'll tell you, it'll be a segment coming from the course is coming in 2025, and that you're going to wait for January in 2025. So in the meantime, for those that keep on going, keep going. Just remember, get up, dress up, show up, and never ever give up. Never give up. And the second thing I'm going to impart and leave with you before I say goodbye to you in this particular session and close off this incredible journey I've had going through how to get fit for the sales journey, how to get fit, is I want you every single day to get out there and go shake the trees. Make it happen. You can. And with the right skills and the right training and the right support and mentorship, the sky's the limit. The potential's there, the opportunity's there, waiting for you. It's just a matter of how you're going to go about it. So let's go shake the trees, and I'm going to catch you in 2025.